Alright guys, here's my 14-foot aluminum boat that I just picked up for 300 bucks. It had some holes in it. I went ahead and put some JB Weld on it and it seems to be alright. I ended up just getting done spraying this thing with some of this stuff right here. Rust-Oleum truck bed coating. It is $11 and some odd cents at Walmart. It takes 2 cans just to do one side of 2 coatings. 2 layers anyway of this 14-foot aluminum boat. I sanded down the whole hole, as you guys can see. I went with just sanded it down with 80 grit, and then just did a dish soap clean on it, and it seemed to be really smooth and really fine. So I mean, there's some overspray on here, but it doesn't matter because that's going to get the same stuff on the other side. JB Weld is back over here. Show you guys this. This is a JB Weld right here. This is where my leak was. On the other side, I have another divot as well from this main keel going back right here. I've got a nice little dent, and back here it was actually starting to leak. So I went ahead and JB welded this. It's freaking hardened like steel. And I'm gonna go ahead and JB weld this one too, just to make sure I got no leaks on the water. This is going to be a conversion to a bass boat. I had a bass boat, but they're pretty damn expensive to maintain, and it seems like this is just a better option for me at this time. So I picked this thing up for 300 bucks here in California, and just getting going on it. It's total, it probably took me about 10 hours to do the sanding of the hole. And as you can see, it turned out pretty good for the most part. This stuff is textured, the bed liner, and I mean, I'm not an expert painter, and it laid down super simple, super easy. Just, did a mild coat and then just went over top of it. I wasn't too worried about doing a soft coat because this thing was sanded down so much. I knew it grabbed to the paint. But the aluminum boat itself, as you can see, I just went for it and just started sanding and never stopped. So it'll be alright. I sanded down all these rivets a little bit more in depth with a wire wheel on my drill, and it seemed to be fine. All the rivets, I went ahead and used a hammer and a piece of steel on the other side just kind of to tighten them, and they all seem really good in place. So none of them leak, to my surprise. So that's a good thing, but here's that dent kind of more in depth. That's where it was leaking back here. And that JB Weld does an amazing job. It hardens like steel, so I'm not too concerned. But this is a little 14-foot flat bottom. Or, sorry. Well, yeah, I guess somewhat of a flat bottom. Like a V-channel. I don't know what you'd consider it, but anyway, guys, I know a lot of people say they can do these boats, paint them for 100 bucks, and I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but so far I've got 24 bucks in just on one side of the bottom of the hole. So it's to do a truck bed coating on the bottom of this guy, 2 coats. There's before and after. You're probably, looking, 50 bucks just to do the bottom, and probably another 50 bucks just to get the sides done. This one's just gonna go the new, Topper Trooper kind of style. The newer bass boat, or newer John boats, just went with, the camo green, the camouflage, that's what they're running now. Similar color, anyway. And self-edging primer really gives you a solid edge. Yeah, it's, $5-6 bucks a can, but it's worth it when you're going on a bare metal surface. It's gonna help hold the paint better, and adhere to the metal better, so you might as well get it. Especially if you spend, 12, 14 hours like I did sanding this thing down. I wanted to make sure that this thing was going to go over good. So, your base layer, you've got self-edging primer, and then I just laid this stuff right over top of it, and I'll see how it holds up. A lot of people says it holds up for about 2 years, and then it kind of starts peeling, and then you'll get dicks and nings, and you can just, the dents and whatnot and the scratches on it, you can just go ahead and fill in as you go, and it's not too expensive, and it looks a hell of a lot better than just what it was when I got this thing. But you can see it's not perfect. It's got some dents and dings and whatnot, but this stuff lays down like really, really nice over your rivets. I mean, it's got a pretty even spray on it, and it kind of really locks in those rivets. Really gets a good, kind of hard to see here, but gets really good. There you go, kind of a close-up. Really good around those rivets and in that little crevice to kind of seal it up. So yeah, overall I'm happy with it. Just be honest, it's not as cheap as what people say, but these little boats are fun to work on. I'll keep the progress going on it. I mean, it's probably, you know, a $1,500 investment, but I think it's going to be a lot better than trying to finance a $20,000 boat that I'm going to take out once a month. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated.